So I had it's been almost 2 weeks ago now. I had this small detached retina inside this part of the eye. They put the nitrous bubble in. They did the laser treatment. I laid down on my side. I stayed laid down for about 10 and a half days. 9 was supposed to be, almost 11. And then about 3 days, I was walking around. I had a little bit of nausea. But one thing I discovered is when you close your eye like this, the thing is you can still see the gas bubble in your eye, and it's still messing with my depth perception on my right eye. So I found out, literally, for me to try and look out my right eye only, and this is, I'm over day 12 or 13 now. I literally have to cover this eye because if I just hold my eye shut, the gas bubble inside my eye is still messing with me. It's still bouncing around. It's moving. It's a shadow. It's like I can see it through there because it's inside the eye. Now, for some reason, when I do cover it, that's why I got this here to help me stop from getting the nausea, and it helps deflect it. So I still see it, but I can look past the gas bubble. So literally, for me to look with one eye and get some kind of focus, of course, it's easier with your glasses on, but literally, I have to cover my eye, which is odd. So if you didn't know that, I mean, for me to get, like, I'm trying to look in this hole, or when I'm trying to look at a bill, I'm trying to read a paper, it's really messing me up. Like, I really need the pirate patch just while you don't want to lose your eyesight to the extent of, you don't want to cover your eyes so you can't see out it and have it get lazy. But, like, if I was doing bills, a pirate patch probably would have helped me more because it's hard for me to close my eye and get focus on what I'm trying to do. And then this does help. But then on top of it, when I close it, that's part of the trouble. I got something on my glasses now. Anyways, that's part of the trouble is I'm getting that reflection from the bubble inside my eye. But when I go like this, when I'm trying to look in that hole or over at a bill, it's actually more readable. And it's even better, like I said, if I have the glasses off. So maybe that'll help you if you ever have the nitrous bubble. Um, from them doing the treatment. I guess some of them do oil, but then they have to go take the oil back out. The nitrous bubble, it's really dissipated a lot. It was, this much higher, but it's still like when you lay down, you see it, and then when you lay back, you see it. And the main thing was I had to lay this way for that week and a half, almost 2 weeks. If you ask me, it's about 2 weeks. Long story short, and then it would put pressure against the side to push it against the retina to get it to heal back to the side of your eye. So that's what the bubble is actually there for, and I guess oil would do the same thing. But it's funny because I see the shadow over here, but it's actually the wound was over here. The detachment was on this side of the eye because your eye is separate and then your mind twisted around. So, and you forget about this stuff because I ain't been in school in so long. So literally it's the opposite and what your mind and brain's turning around. So technically when I see this, I'm guessing the gas is up here and it's putting the shadow down there because everything's upside down, opposite, backwards, whatever. So just something to keep in mind. Because when I first did that test and when I was holding my hand out like this, like, okay, I can see it now, but when you're looking straight ahead, literally it was spooky because when they did this test in the eye doctor, I could not see the tops of my fingers out the sides of my eye. Now my right eye was fine, but when I put this one up and they did that, like I was about here, and I'm like, man, I was freaking out a little bit, and I'm like, I brushed it off as a magic trick and all that stuff, but literally that part of my eye was detached. So they fixed it. It required the nitrous bubble and the laser surgery treatment versus a major eye surgery, which I don't know what's more involved other than price and a lot more technical stuff going on, a whole surgery team. This was just, a doctor using the laser. And, it was still a little bit lengthy process that day, and it was like, it seemed like it took like 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. You lose track of time. And then waiting to heal before the pressure goes down before they release you. But it had to be way better than going in for major surgery. So, but anyways, that's just something to keep in mind. Hopefully you never need to know that stuff. But if you know somebody that does, if you're ever at any age, but for sure, anybody over age 50 to 80, if you get the viscose solution rolling around, it starts gelling, and you get into floaters, that's normal. But if you get the black dots, that's little blood spots in the back of your eye. If you're getting flashes of light, if you're getting the orange blast like I was getting big time orange blast last year for a while. The orange blast and flashes of light and floaters and the blood spots. And I got checked, but they said I was doing okay. Long story short, almost a year later, that's when, boom, that little part of the retina detached, and there was a shadow. It seemed similar, but there was a little shadow, so I got concerned, and I made myself get to an eye doctor because it was hard finding an appointment, so trust me. So do yourself a favor. Keep up with your eye care, dental care, health care the best you can, because believe me, especially the eyes, because it would have only got worse. So I didn't want to take no chance and, go out right before a holiday weekend. It's hard enough to find a doctor 2 days before. I took Al Thursday. I didn't find one. And long story short, it was worse than I thought it was, so I should have been more persistent. And finally Friday I got in. So, well, take care. Good luck to you. Be well.